welcome back. If you are new though around here, it is very nice to meet you, but if you are returning, thank you very fucking much as always for returning. This is going to be the 2021 roundup, but the skincare section. If you hadn't already seen it, I done a makeup one. I'm going to pop it up in this corner. If you haven't been here before, then my name is Alana and I'm a 30-something lady living in Scotland. That is where the accent comes from. And I do like the odd sweetie word like fuck, shite or bugger. So if you're not into that kind of thing, please feel free to vacate at any time. But if that doesn't bother you, there's a little subscription button down here somewhere in the vicinity. Please feel free to click it. So because we're talking about skincare today, we are au naturel. That's why I put on my little sweatshirt that says au naturel. I have no makeup on my face today at all, just skincare, and I do have a little bit of a tinted lip oil on as well, but that is it. I thought it made sense that if I was talking about skincare to show you what my skin looks like naturally without any makeup on it, because it only seems kind of fair. So feel free to grab yourself a tea, a coffee, a cuppa. I have got a coffee today. I am in full crimble limbo mode. I am still, like I say, I've got my sweatshirt on, I've got joggy bottoms on, joggers, I don't know, sweatpants, is that what other people say? Probably. I am in loungewear pretty much all the time at the moment. I am living on cheese and crackers, you know, just living on cheese, crackers and chocolate. But if you still feel in the festive mood, I'm hopefully going to be getting this up on New Year's Day. Please feel free to grab yourself a bottle of fizz, a beer, whiskey, even if you like, bourbon, whatever you so wish. But let's just get into this. I feel like I should also just give you a little word of warning here that if I am looking a little greasy today, it's because of my hair. This is 4-day hair. That's why it's in bunchies. That's why I couldn't be bothered to do anything. It's just kind of low slung bunchies and a lot of dry shampoo at this point. Pretty much living on dry shampoo. Let's start. When I do the makeup one, I always go from where you start to where you would normally finish in your makeup routine, and I'm going to do the same with skincare. I do have a lot of skincare videos up. I have a whole playlist dedicated to skincare. I'm going to put that up in the corner here, but I did also put out last year a kind of AM and PM skincare videos and what I was doing throughout last year. So if you wish to see them as well, I'm going to stick them up here too. Not much has changed in the last year with regards to my skincare. Products maybe have like slotted in and out, but the actual steps of my skincare hasn't changed too much. And there are definitely things here that I was speaking about last year. I feel like this year I've really stripped back my skincare. I feel like maybe 2019 into 2020 I was really educating myself on what skincare works, what does what, and the kind of science behind skincare, rather than just picking things up because people were recommending it, which is fine, because if I recommend any of this and you wish to try it, that's absolutely fine. But I do like to know, it's just my personality, I like to know why something maybe costs £80 rather than £8. Is it just because it's got a whole bunch of fragrance in it and it's got a bougie label on it, or is it because it was actually going to do something? I feel like a lot of the years previously I've spoke about The Ordinary a lot, so I feel like now, I think now, there's maybe no Ordinary products this year. And that's not because I've not used them this year, I definitely have. I've used up a lot of Ordinary products, but I feel like I've just found other products that do a similar thing from other brands that I like the formula better on. I just preferred, and I wanted to try other things. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with The Ordinary. I've loved them in years previous, and I have to say if I had to use them I would be more than happy to. I've just found other brands this year that I've enjoyed more. Alright, so first step, cleanser. This definitely was in my skincare video last year, I'm absolutely sure of it. This is the Beauty Pie Plantastic Cleansing Balm, Apricot Butter Cleansing Balm I should say. It's lovely. It comes in a lovely glass container. It looks very kind of bougie for what it is. And it comes with a little spatula here, and it also comes with a muslin cloth as well, so it is good value for money. As I've mentioned before, I am not paid to talk about Beauty Pie, nothing like that. I do have a code with them. Anybody who's a Beauty Pie member can have a code, and it does mean if you use that code you will get a discount, and it means I'll get a little money off my next order from Beauty Pie. I will put it down below if you wish to use it. It is completely up to you, don't feel you have to. But what I'm going to say is this now, as I say, for the second year running has been my favourite. I did briefly, maybe for like 6 months or something, gave up on Beauty Pie. 6 to 8 months maybe, I thought I'm going to stop buying from them. But this lasts so long, and I think I had 2 to use up. This lasts ages and ages. I also tried the hot oil cleanser or something, the hot balm, hot cloth oil, I don't know. I think it's meant to be a rip off of the Glycerol one. It's in a yellow tub. I will put a photo here so you know what I'm talking about. I also tried that this year, but I much prefer this. So I bought another one of these at Black Friday because I wasn't so keen on the other one, but this is absolutely fantastic. It does have a bit of a fragrance to it, but it's quite mild. It's not overpowering. I don't open this tub and smell it. Like, I have to lift the lid and stick my nose in to get a proper whiff of it. It's not overpowering at all. I also feel like it has a little bit of grit to it. It's not exfoliating. Sorry, I can't get the lid back on this. Hold on. Oh, thank God for that. I thought I'd lost my mind there. I was like, why is this not screwing back on? Anyway, so what was I saying? I do feel it has a little bit of grit to it, but it's not exfoliating. It doesn't feel like you're using a scrub on your skin, but I do feel there are little beads of something. You can't physically see anything in it, but I feel like it just gives that little bit of an extra polish and cleanse to your face as well. So I really, really enjoy this. I will continue to buy it, and now that Beauty Pie do a different kind of membership service, I will continue to be a member with them. Now, oil cleansers. Oil cleansers are something that I've kind of dipped into, came away from, dipped into, came away from over the last kind of 18 months or so, I would say. I really enjoyed the Living Libations last year. I think I tried every version that they done actually on Algorithm. I think I got a sample of the rose one, the original one, is it buckweed, sandalweed? No, what's it called? Sea buckthorn, that's the one. The sea buckthorn I really enjoyed, and then there was a sandalwood one that was more for kind of problematic skin, and then it was very nice, but it just wasn't suited to my skin type. But I thought I would give this a bash this year, and this was the Suarez Fresh Moment Cleansing Oil. I haven't used loads of this, but as I say, it's because I will go between this and a cleansing balm, and you know, I've not been wearing makeup that much, so it's not, we're still not out that often, are we, at the moment? I don't know, maybe where you are out all the time. But a lot of the time, I am not needing to use heavy duty cleansers to get loads of makeup off. In the summer, maybe more so, but at this time of year, I've not been doing too much. Now, I was opening that just to double check. There's no fragrance to this. I remember when I bought it, I had a sniff of it as well. There's no obvious fragrance to this. It does a really, really nice job of removing any kind of makeup or surface dirt that you have. And then I usually go in with another kind of skin cleansing option. So I really enjoyed this as well. As I say, the Living Libations, I'll put a little photo here so you know what I'm talking about, because I have loved them too. Will I buy this again? I feel like if for some reason I just want to switch it up, I can't get hold of this, something like that, then yes, I would buy this again. But I feel like I can just go between both. It doesn't really bother me. I don't have a favourite between them. They both do a really good job. I feel like most cleansing oils and cleansing balms do the same thing. They get the dirt off your skin, they get the makeup off your skin, and that's all I'm looking for, and both do that. I just really like this because it feels a little luxe. The Suarez one certainly does the job, but there's nothing about it that makes me feel it's extra special, but it is what I've been using with regards to oil cleansers. Another one that I'm going to give a little shout out to is the Glow Hub, and that is the kind of peach one. I think it's Cleanse and Hydrate or something like that. I'll put a photo in here. I did pick up a new one at my Black Friday haul. It's packed away somewhere until this one runs out, basically. I like to keep things like, I will leave this in the bathroom until I've used this, and then I will get the next one out. So I wanted to give a little shout out to that as well, because it is so cheap, so cheerful, so easily accessible. I think it is probably marketed at a slightly younger audience than myself, maybe more of a teenage age group, but it's really good, and again, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It smells kind of peaches, but again, it's an overpowering scent, but just remember that in case you don't like the scent of peaches. I really liked it. I thought it was really good as well, and as I say, I have repurchased that as well this year. Alright, so there's going to be zero change to the normal kind of simple cleanser that I use on my skin. It's Cerave. It's the Hydrating Cleanser from Cerave. This is actually, I've been storing it like this in my bathroom because it's very nearly finished. I want to say this is the third one that I've used up in this year. And again, I will say it, I've said it before, it's nothing fancy. I know you see a lot of hype around products, things go viral, TikTok, I'm sure Cerave went mental on TikTok this year. Lots of young people talking about it, and then people try it and they'll be like, it just washes my face. It doesn't smell nice. It's not in a luxury packaging or anything. Like, I don't get it. And I'm like, yeah, because it's not meant to be that. It's very much a kind of dermatology, like just simple cleanser to clean your skin. And that's all I want it to do. I do always usually buy this size. This is the 473 mils or 16 fluid ounces, depending on where you are in the world. Pretty much almost 500 ml bottle. I always buy this size. I think they do a bigger one now as well. I did put this on my list to Santa because, as I say, this is very nearly finished. But unfortunately, that message to Santa must have got lost in translation because actually another product was bought for me instead, which is fine. But I will need to go and repurchase one now because I was like, oh, I'll finish this and then I'll get one for Christmas, which I didn't. So I'll need to go out the boots and pick up a new one. So I might pick up the bigger size just to last me longer because this lasts ages. But I use it pretty much every single day. Every day when I'm in the shower, I wash my face with this. I also, just so you know, and it's perfectly safe to do so because of the formulation of it, sometimes wash my bits with this. I know, maybe too much TMI for people, but I'm just saying it is safe, it's pH balanced and safe to use on the nether regions. So if you do want to get the big one, you could use it as your shower gel as well if you wish to. Obviously, I don't like using like heavily fragranced. I quite like, you know, Rose Jam from Lush, things like that. Heavily fragranced shower gels I quite like to use on the body area or maybe under my arms and things, but I won't use them in that area. But this is very safe to do so. So just so you know as well, if you want to get the big bottle, you can keep it in your shower and use it that way too. So moving on to what I do when I come out the shower. Usually I will spray or tone my face. Now in years gone by, I have always spoke about the Avène L'Eau Thermale, which is like spring water in a can, basically. Evian in a can, if you want to say that. But it is under a skincare brand. This year, my spray has changed. My spray has changed, and I think you will all know what I'm going to say, but it is the Suarez Time Is Running Out mist. Now I want to say I picked this up mid-year, mid to like just coming into autumn possibly. This is the initial bottle. As you can see, I'm very nearly finished it. I would have used it up sooner, but I didn't use it every single day just because of where it was in my room and stuff like that. Once I knew I was really enjoying it, I moved it to my vanity, so I have been using it every single day. And I did put this on a list to Santa for Christmas, and I did get a backup of it, so I do have another bottle of this and I've repurchased it since. I'm not saying that the Avène one isn't any good. I would still use that. I still have half a can sitting up there, so I kind of go between the two sometimes. But I just love this mist. I think it's so nice. Even if I'm not going to do skincare. So say I've done my skincare in the morning, I've went out that day, or I've done something around the flat, whatever. Whether I have makeup on or I don't have makeup on, I can kind of come into my bedroom, spray some into my face, and it just feels like a refresh of you doing your skincare. It feels like you've just done it again, plumps the face up. It's got like the, you'll not see it because it's very nearly finished, but it's got like the dual phase, so it has like a water and an oil, and it's so nice. I believe it's a Korean skincare brand. I was going to say Japanese, but actually I think they're a Korean skincare brand. I initially seen James Welsh raving about this and I thought, right, let's give that a bash, and I'm so glad that I did. So my mist has definitely changed, so I'll come out the shower, I'll spray my face with this, I'll then go into some toner, things like that. So if I'm moving on to toner, I have tried so many in the last year. I think last year I was talking about the Misha, which was the Time Revolution's essence. Before that, what was I talking about before that? That's a good question. I feel like there was something else really simple, and it was a kind of toner, just water splashed on your face. But the Misha was definitely the favourite last year. This year I have tried Neogen, I have tried like the Misha, I have tried Isntree, I have tried a couple other bougie ones. What do you call it? Jerleek? That was maybe one in previous years actually. I've tried lots of toners this year. The one I'm currently using is the rice toner from I'm From, but I am not including this in my favourites roundup for this year. It's fine, and as you can see I've got through about half of it, but compared to the other ones that I've used, I wouldn't buy that one over them. For instance, the Neogen one I really enjoyed, but I got a sample size of the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Toner Plus, and that is the one I'm going to repurchase in a larger size. I would get the Misha again, I would get the Neogen again by any means if I can't get hold of the Isntree, but I'm going to put a photo of it here so that you can see what I'm talking about, because I only had it in a mini size. But the texture of the Isntree one was just like top notch over any of the other ones that I've used. It is almost like a thin gel rather than a water. It's so nice. So I am going to be picking up one of them in full size. So I could say, like, you know, as for toners, anyone will do. They're all very nice. If you're getting a toner from a Japanese or a Korean skincare brand, they're usually very, very good. Or maybe you're getting them from someone like, what's the brand? Is it Skin II, like Skin 11, whatever they're called. They're like a UK base, I'm sure, and they sell a really, really expensive toner or essence for your face, whatever you want to call it. But you can get loads of really cheap and simple essences and mists if you're going to splash some water on your face. I really, really like the Korean and Japanese ones, but I'm definitely going to pick up the one from Isntree. Now, as for serums, I think, like I said already, this is the area where I have really stripped it back. There are a few that I'm going to mention in this video because I've tried this year and I really, really enjoyed. As I said last year, I think it was very heavy on The Ordinary. I still like all the ones that I spoke about in my video last year. The Ordinary is a really, really good, very affordable brand and they do a great job. I just prefer some of the formulations of other brands. So the one I'm currently using is the Beauty Pie Triple Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I really enjoyed this. I think this is my second one of these. I think it's great. As you can see, I'm kind of here on it at the moment. I will continue to use it and I would absolutely purchase it. The only thing is, again, along with the mini set that I got of Isntree things, there was a serum in that I would really like to get the full size of that. So when I'm ordering the Isntree toner, I will probably order the Isntree serum as well from YESSTYLE. I have mentioned this before as well, that I do have a YESSTYLE code that will get you a discount on your first order, and then I think it's like, let's say you get 10% on your first order and then you get 5% every time after that, something like that. If you're a new customer, you'll get more the first time and then you'll get a certain amount after that. But I'm not paid to talk about Isntree, I'm not paid to talk about YESSTYLE. It's just one of these little codes, and basically I will get a kickback and make some pennies if you use my code. You don't have to, don't feel you need to. I think the last time I checked, I mentioned a video, it was like £15 possibly. And I think the last time I checked, I'm maybe at 16. You know, in a year, I have not made a heck of a lot of money from that code, but it's there if you wish to use it. I also want to give a little nod to the Glossier ones because last year, I'm sure Super Bounce, that is their hyaluronic acid serum, was in there somewhere in my favourites because I tried it in a mini. I really, really enjoyed it. I think I'd got it for Christmas. I really enjoyed the mini and then purchased a full size. And then this year, depending on when you're watching this, 2021, I purchased the 3 serums that you can get from Glossier, the Super Pure, the Super Glow and the Super Bounce. So the Super Bounce is the one that I really, really enjoyed. I would say that I enjoy it equally as to the Beauty Pie. If I was going to order something off of Glossier again, or if it was on an offer, like I could pick up 2 of the serums for a cheaper amount than ordering something from Beauty Pie, and I didn't need anything from Beauty Pie, then I would get it from there. If not, I would pick this one up from Beauty Pie. It's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of another. It doesn't really matter. I like both of them equally. As I said, the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid, yeah, it's okay. I did feel at a point last year it started to do that pilling thing that I have heard so many people speak about. Sorry, tripped over my words there. So many people speak about, and it had never really affected me before, so I don't know if I've added something else into my skincare routine that then meant it was a little bit different and it started to do that I'd heard lots of people speak about. So that's why I kind of moved on. Also, these are just formulated a bit nicer, as with the Isntree one as well that I have every intention of picking up. They're just formulated nicer. So I really, really enjoy these hyaluronic acid serums. I think it is a serum, like hyaluronic acid in general, is going to be something that will always be in my skincare routine because I am someone who's a little bit more on the dry side for my skin. I love it, I think it's really nice, and I would pick up any of the ones that I've just spoke about. Niacinamide though, I used to use the niacinamide from The Ordinary religiously, faithfully, until I tried the niacinamide from the Inkey List. I feel like this might have been in the favourites last year as well, and I went on to continue purchasing from the Inkey rather than The Ordinary because I just prefer the formulation of this. But in saying that, again, when I tried the set of 3 from Glossier, that was the first time I'd ever tried the Super Pure from Glossier, and that's their niacinamide serum, and I really, really enjoyed that too. So again, if that was on an offer, I would pick that up again, but this is just so easy to get your hands on. I can go into Boots, I can get my Boots Advantage points on it as well, which is really good. It's so easy to come by, and Glossier, although I've said this a million times, if you've been watching me for any time, you'd be like, you're a fucking broken record, Alana. Okay, we get it. But I love Glossier, it's just I wish they were a little bit more accessible. You can obviously buy from them online, but you can only buy from Glossier. It's not like it's stocked by Cult Beauty or Beauty Bay or something where you'd be able to get a whole load of stuff. So if you're only wanting one serum or you're only wanting to pick up one new product that they're releasing, it does put me off picking up things from them until I need a few things from them. But I do really enjoy Glossier products. So the Niacinamide from the Inky List is going to come favourite for ease of access. I love the formula. I think it does a really good job. Again, as I've said already, if you don't know what any of these serums do, if you're a little bit unsure, you're not sure what skincare does, I have that playlist up there, and I have individual videos describing the science behind the likes of niacinamide, describing the science behind hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, peptides, things like that. So please go and check it out if you want to know more. Now, as for eye creams, there's a lot of dubiety around whether you need an eye cream or could you just use your normal moisturizer in that area to give you the same effect. Now, my kind of retort to that would be that the Caffeine Solution from The Ordinary is basically one of these things that kind of helps with puffiness and things. It just revitalizes the skin. So it's not just a moisturizing kind of agent, it's actually more of a serum. The reason I prefer this one over the Inky List caffeine serum, for instance, is I just prefer the formulation of this a little bit better. It's in a little dropper, which is nice, but it just feels a little thicker going on underneath the eyes. It's still a watery substance. I'll show you if you can see. There, it's like a liquid in a pipette. You can see it's almost like pea coloured. A little bit weirdly, but it is kind of urine coloured. Oh, I'm delightful, aren't I? In the bottle, that's also why it's in a dark bottle, because the sunlight might degrade it, so that's why it comes in this darker colour of a bottle. But I adore this caffeine serum. I love to use it around the eyes. I also, and I think I've mentioned this before in other videos, sometimes will use it with my moisturiser at night, put a few drops into that, put it all over my face, and then in the morning I just feel like my skin is plumped and juicy and so nice. I love it, I think it's great. And then here is the Cerave Eye Repair Cream. I have went through lots of different eye creams over the years. I've tried a few from Beauty Pie. I used to absolutely adore the one from Kiehl's as well, the avocado one. I also have tried the Glossy Bubble Wrap eye cream too. I have went through many an eye cream. But in this year, I think I went through 3 tubes of this. It again isn't anything like spectacular. It's a little bit like the face wash from Cerave. There's nothing about it that I'm like, this is particularly luxurious. It doesn't come in fancy packaging. It's not got an amazing scent to it or anything, but I don't really want anything too highly scented right about my eyes anyway. But it does a really good job of keeping this area kind of smooth pre-makeup. And because of the price of it and things as well, I think it's a really good option. And my friend Kirsty was the one that put me onto this. I think it's lovely. I think it's really nice. That's not to say that I won't go back to trying other eye creams again, but it's definitely became my staple in my skincare at the moment. Now, before I go into moisturizers, let's talk SPF. Usually I would do it the other way around, but the reason being is I think that you will all know there's only one SPF this year that has had my absolute heart, and that is the Isn't Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. Again, available in likes of YESSTYLE or Stylevana, places like that. I adore this stuff. I adore it. This is the second one that I bought. It is like here, it's very almost nearly finished. So you can bet like what I'm going to be doing in January is ordering the serum, the toner, and this from YESSTYLE because it's just amazing stuff. It's so nice. The only thing I would say is with me having more dry skin, I find this is really good, as in it's a moisturiser and an SPF at certain times of the year. Like in the summer, I probably just use this alone. In the winter, I might need a moisturiser and this, but in the summer I can just use this on its own as my moisturiser. And for people who've got more greasy skin, that might mean that they're not so keen on this. It might just be a little bit too slippy for them or a little bit too heavy for them. But I don't feel it's a heavy moisturiser or a heavy SPF. I have certainly used other SPFs that I find are absolutely ridiculous, like really thick, and you can pretty much see a cast on your skin. And I've got pale skin and I can still see a cast. This doesn't have that. It's so nice. It's got 8 types of hyaluronic acid in it again, so very plumping, very moisture retaining. It is exactly what I'm looking for, and I will continue to purchase this and use this. I'm not sure if anything else will ever, unless they do like a tinted version. If they brought this out in different tints and different colours for different skin tones, I would try that. But otherwise, I really don't think there's any that are ever going to beat this. It is my absolute favourite. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about moisturisers, and I think you will all know I am not committed to any one moisturiser. I really struggle to like say this is going to be my one moisturiser and I'm going to use it forever. I have never found a moisturiser I'm like, I will move away from this, never ever again. It's my one, my only, my holy grail. What I'm going to do is just mention a few that I've used this year and ones that maybe even in previous years that I've really enjoyed, such as I think at the start of this year I was probably using Glossier Moisturizer Riche still. I really enjoy that. Again, I'm more dry skinned, kind of dry, airing on normal. That suits me, but if you do have more kind of oily skin or greasy skin, then it might not be for you. You might prefer just the normal one. And I think now Glossier actually have a moisturiser that is oil free as well for people who do have more problematic skin. But personally, the Glossier Moisturiser Riche is my favourite. I also used to use the Kiehl's Super Multi Corrective Cream in the purple tub. I'm going to put a little photo here. Again, I actually got a Boots voucher for my Christmas from Alan's nanny, very kind. I might pick that up from Boots because Kiehl's is in Boots now, so you can get Boots points on Kiehl's, which is very fucking exciting for me. So I might pick that up. Maybe I'll pick the avocado cream up again. What I might pick up from them is their vitamin C, because it's really the only vitamin C I've ever truly enjoyed using. You will see in this video I'm not going to mention vitamin C because I tried it for a few years, tried all different versions of it. It's just not for me. It just doesn't fit into my skincare. But the Kiehl's one, I really did like that. I really did enjoy that. I might go back to that. My Kyla McDade always raves about that as well, and she really enjoys it. It's very nice. So anyway, I might go and pick up some of the Kiehl's Super Multi Corrective again because it's one that I really enjoyed. I just haven't picked it up for a while. This year I tried the Glow Hub Cool Whip moisturiser, which was in the little green tub. It was definitely much more of a fine kind of texture, maybe like a gel cream, but was lovely, really nice, and did have this weird kind of cooling effect on the face without being like minty or any kind of menthol stuff going on, but it was very comforting. Also I tried the Neutrogena Hydrogel. I tried that over the summer. Again, that was a recommendation from my friend Kirsty. Her name is CureStag on Instagram. I will put her link below, and she really enjoys it. She's probably got more normal to greasy skin, I've got more dry to normal skin, and I tried that and I really enjoyed the hydrogel as well. Initially I was a bit like, ugh, I don't know if a gel formulation is for my type of skin, but actually it was something I grew to really enjoy using every single day in the summer months. I'm not sure it would give me enough hydration in these months, but definitely through the summer I really enjoyed it, especially if I was putting on top like, you know, an SPF or something like that. It done a great job. Or if I'd done my skincare earlier in the morning and I thought later in the day I'm going to put a bit of makeup on now, I would just put a little layer of that on and then go on with makeup, and it was a really nice base for makeup too. One that I'm currently using is, if I say this wrong I apologise profusely, but it's Beauty by Jameson. I'm going to put the right name up here. Somehow link it up here. This is also a Korean beauty brand, and this was actually sent to me from Stylevana. Stylevana sent me a lot of things which actually I spoke about over on Instagram because it was an agreed partnership that if they sent me some stuff I would speak about it on my stories. So I had been trying it out. I think I was sent it at the end of August into the start of September. So I've been using this cream kind of on and off since then, and at the moment it is exclusively the only cream I'm using morning and night. If you can see there, I have made quite a hefty dent in it, but there's loads left in that tub. There is no fragrance to this whatsoever. It is, again, a little bit like a gel cream. It is not like just a cream. It's almost like transparent, like it's got opacity to it. It's not super duper thick and you can't see through it like the Kiehl's one, for instance. It's a beautiful feeling cream. I'm really enjoying it. It's called the Dynasty cream. I should say that as well, because obviously on the front here, that is, I'm going to say Korean, it might be Mandarin, it might be Canton, I really don't know what the language is on the front, but if you can see here, this is Beauty by Johnson, and I think it is lovely. I really am enjoying it. I think, let me just check the price on this. Sorry, I was just double checking there. So I think this normally retails around about the £20 mark, and I'm pretty sure this is a decent sized tub. What is this, 50 mils? I think this is a 50 ml tub. So it is £20. I think it's on offer at the moment on Stylevana. I can't remember if these are stocked on YESSTYLE. I have a code for StyleAlanna as well, at least I did have a code for StyleAlanna. I don't know if it'll work anymore, it's up to you, see if it's down below. But I was sent this, so I need to let you know that. But this is really, really nice, and I'm looking at the name now thinking it might be Joyson, I don't know. But it's lovely, I'm really, really enjoying it. But I have to say my hands down one for this year that I went back to because I know I've repurchased it. Again, it's from Isntree, and this is their Hyaluronic Acid Moist Cream. Moist, I know people don't like the word, my apologies, that's what it's called. And I bought a second one of this because I knew I loved it. I was using it at night, I was using it on elbows, I was using it on dry parts of my hands. It is lovely, it is so, so nice. It's very simple, just in kind of like the squeezy bottle. It's gorgeous, and this is 100 mils, and it is very, very reasonable for the price of it. So over the summer months, I was using this during the daytime, this during the night time, and I picked up a second one because I just thought it was so, so good. But as I have already mentioned, whether it was my Black Friday video or not, I have so many moisturisers to get through. I still have to get through the Beauty Pie Triple Hyaluronic Acid one. I still have to get through the Versed one. I've got another Glow Hub one as well, so I will not be purchasing any moisture. I know I'm saying like, oh, maybe went to Boots and pick up that Super Mully Corrective from my voucher. On second thoughts, I am probably not going to do that because I just do not need any more moisturisers. But I don't have a firm favourite one that I'm going to tell you you need to go and buy. Skin is so different, and everybody has different types of skin, and it will suit different needs and things that you want out of your products. So that is what I've been using this year with regards to moisturisers, and that is where we're going to leave it. And just before we finish up, I'm going to tell you about lip balms, and then I'm going to go into a little bit of fragrance, and that will be us. So again, the glossiebalm.com, as you can see, this is very nearly finished. This is the Fig one, and this is the original. This is in like a mini size. I love this, I think it's so, so good. I love the Fig one because it's got a little bit of tint to it as well. They also brought out, was it sugar cookies or like peanut butter cookies or something? They brought out a scent that I thought looked absolutely amazing. I think it was limited edition and I didn't pick it up. If it's still there whenever I go into Glossy to buy anything, I might pick it up again. I really enjoy the balm.com, I think it's lovely. But what I have on my lips today is this from Versed, and it is their Silk Slip Tinted Lip Oil. Now, it says it's a lip oil. I would say it's more of a balm. When you squeeze it out, it's not oily at all. It's much more like a balm. And this is in the shade Ruby. It does come in different colours as well, but again, something that's just really easy to go on the lips and gives you a little hint of colour. I enjoy this one for work because at the moment you've got mask on all day in work for 12.5 hours. It's very rare anybody's going to see your lips, but if they do, if you are having lunch with somebody or something like that and your lips are dry and you put on your little lip balm, it gives you a lovely little kind of red cherry lip as well, which is very, very nice. Now for fragrance, Glossy You is going to be there again. I am very, very nearly finished this one. Kind of wishing I'd put this on a list, Santa, actually, because I've not got any more of it, and I really, I'll end up doing a Glossy order probably. But I do really love that fragrance. It's very comforting to me. It just kind of feels like a freshly washed jumper or something. Like, it doesn't feel like there's an obvious scent to it. I know that there's people who just do not like it, which is fine. But I feel like it's just like a really nice clean linen smell, which is really nice, and I think it's something that I put on pretty much every day when I'm going to work, because I don't want a really overpowering strong scent when I'm going to my work, especially when people are maybe feeling nauseous or something like that. It's just a nice underlying, it could just be the way you smell and your clothes are clean type of thing, and I really, really enjoy it. But I don't think this will surprise anybody, replica. So as I was saying, I picked this one up in London. This is the 30ml bottle. You can get it in, is it 60? Or I know you can get them in 100 as well, but this is the 30ml bottle because this was the only size that they had of Jazz Club. So Jazz Club is definitely the one that I liked the most, and that is why I bought it in a bigger size. But as I have mentioned a million times, you can get lots of sampler sets on Cult Beauty and things of the replica fragrances, and my favourites are definitely Jazz Club, By the Fireside, or Fireplace it might be. Whispers in the Library is quite nice as well. In the summertime I quite like, is it Springtime in the Park, and Sailing Day. Sailing Day was like one that I just didn't even give a second look to, and then when I started using it I was like, ooh, that is nice. So the replica fragrances in general I'm just really enjoying, but I did pick up a proper size of, even though it looks tiny, this is an actual perfume size bottle of Jazz Club because I really enjoy it. I think going on, if anybody was ever to say like, oh, what perfume would you like for your Christmas or your birthday or whatever, my birthday's in January, so it's difficult because I've probably already got something at Christmas, but we shall see. But if anybody did ask me kind of fragrance, what would you like, then I would probably pick one of the lighter ones like Springtime in the Park or Sailing Day, because this is very heady and I love it, but it's quite nice to have a fresher fragrance as well, and these are gorgeous. I think they're so nice, and I think that is everything. So this one hopefully is a little bit shorter, but I still have quite a bougie kind of, you know, a lot going into my skincare. I'm not just getting up in the morning, washing my face with a bar of soap and then sticking on some moisturizer that's supposed to go in your body. I still am pretty specific with it and I still love it, but I definitely feel I've stripped it back a little bit this year. So that is everything. I hope you've enjoyed this. There will be a Regrets 2001 video up and coming later on in this week. But if you are watching this on New Year's Day, or maybe the day after because you're feeling a little bit rough from New Year's Eve, that is absolutely fine. And I hope you all had a lovely new year, and I hope you're all looking forward to a lovely new beginning of 2022. Let's hope it's been better than the last 2 years. Please God, let's hope something happens and we can start kind of getting on with life again as normal as possible. Anyway, that is it for this video, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye.